welcome to Books with Brandywine. Today is Wednesday, which is our book review day, and the book that I want to share with you guys today is The Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum. I'm pretty sure it's Baum. But I just read this book a couple months ago, and I found it because it was at Barnes & Noble, and it was a classic, and I was like, I need to read this, I need to read a classic. And, as you can see, it's like really tiny, which I love because it fit in my back pocket while I was reading it. So I was able to just take it with me everywhere, which I ended up needing it because I was on a set for like 8 hours, I think. And I had this book with me and it was really came in handy. But I really enjoyed it. I would recommend anyone read this book, especially if they're a fan of the movie. And the reason I would recommend anyone read this book is because I think it's really important that people read the classics that movies are based off of, especially when they're older classics like this one where the movie changed so very much. Because while the movie is really awesome, and I love the movie, and I love the songs, and they get stuck in your head, and I love Israel's version of Over the Rainbow, I love every version of Over the Rainbow, but I think it's important to read the original version and to find out what the book was really what the movie really was supposed to be before they changed everything. And I understood why they changed things. I mean, it made things go along faster. It had a stronger antagonist. But, it's really good. And I have to say first, her shoes are not ruby, they're silver. Which I think most people know by now. But I had to say it. Her shoes are not ruby, they're silver. And, in fact, a lot of things are different. When they were saying in the introduction that when he wrote this book, he wanted it to be an American fairy tale. And it really is. I mean, every quarter of this world is a different color. Like, one whole quarter they all dress in green. One whole corner they all dress in yellow. One whole corner they all dress in red. Like, and I think the fourth one they're all in blue. Like, it's very bright. It's very colorful. It's very much a fairy tale. But it's a good fairy tale, unlike the original fairy tales where everything bad always happened, because original fairy tales are not Disney fairy tales. They are scary and they are dark, and I still suggest you read them, but they are scary and they are dark. But I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. It was really quick, and I do plan on going back and reading the rest of the series eventually, but I wanted to at least read this first book. As far as a favorite quote, they're all pretty quirky in this book, and I don't remember any of the quotes being particularly deep, but there was one point where Dorothy is asking about the wizard, and she's like, is he a good man? And she's like, well, the person who answers, who's the original witch that they meet, who, by the way, is not Glinda. Glinda is another witch that they meet at the very end. But this original witch is a little old lady with the munchkins. And she says that he's a good wizard. I don't know if he's a good man or not because I've never met him. Basically, parenthesizing. And I thought that was interesting because later, when they do meet the wizard, as you all know, this can't really be a spoiler, the movie Wizard of Oz has been around for like ever, and I'm sure everybody has seen it. So if this is a spoiler for you, then stop it right now and skip like a few seconds ahead. But when she meets the wizard, she's like, you are a very bad man. And he's like, no, I'm a very good man. I'm just a very bad wizard. And I just think that's so funny because at the beginning the witch is like, oh no, he's a good wizard, but I don't know if he's a man. And at the end he's like, oh, I'm a very good man. I'm just a really bad wizard. But one thing I thought was interesting, and I won't be able to like know if they took this from Wizard of Oz until I read Alice in Wonderland. But in the second to last Alice in Wonderland, the first one that they did with Johnny Depp, they go into this little world that is all like porcelain teapots and stuff, and there's a world just like that in this book. So now I have, like, I was already planning on reading Wizard of Oz. I mean, I have it on my bookshelf somewhere, right here. I have Wizard of Oz. I mean, not Wizard of Oz. I have Alice in Wonderland, so I was already planning on reading it, but I'm curious to see if that scene in the movie of Alice in Wonderland was taken from Wizard of Oz and not actually in Alice in Wonderland. But I will find that out when I read it, and I'm actually looking forward to that. But yeah, so it was a great book. I would suggest everybody read it. As always, I suggest anybody go back and read the classics. I think they're really important for us to know, just because they are so much part of our culture and they're mentioned so often. And like quotes and stuff from them pop up so often in our conversations. I think it's important for us to read those to know where they're coming from. But yes, so thank you so much. Go ahead and like this video if you liked it, and if you liked my little outfit, I tried to be Wizard of Ozzy. I have ruby earrings, even though she didn't wear ruby slippers, and I've got my gingham, whatever it's called, the blue thing, this. But yeah, so definitely like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe to my videos because I do post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys later.